The biggest stories of a World Cup are not always written by the biggest teams. Sometimes the matches that quietly shape an entire group are the ones that receive the least attention before the tournament begins. In one of Group B's early fixtures, Qatar and Switzerland face each other. At first glance, this may not look like one of the tournament's headline matchups, but for both teams, the importance of this game is enormous. Because in the group stage, an opening victory is often worth much more than 3 points. It can change confidence, it can change momentum, and sometimes it can change the entire direction of a World Cup campaign. For Qatar, this World Cup represents an important test. The expectations surrounding the 2022 World Cup were enormous, but the results were disappointing. Qatar finished its home tournament without a single point. The biggest stage in world football proved far more difficult than many had expected. Yet the story did not end there. Since then, Qatar has continued to establish itself as one of the strongest teams in Asia. Winning another Asian Cup reinforced that reputation. Akram Afif emerged as the star of the team. Almoez Ali remained one of its most dangerous attacking weapons. Today, the question facing Qatar is simple. Was 2022 merely a difficult beginning? Or is the World Cup level still a step too far for this generation? This match may provide the first answer. Switzerland arrives with a very different story. They are rarely considered one of the favorites. They rarely dominate headlines before major tournaments. But when World Cups begin, Switzerland is almost always there. Over the past decade, they have built a reputation as one of the most reliable tournament teams in international football. Disciplined, organized, difficult to break down, and extremely difficult to eliminate. At the center of that identity stands Granit Xhaka. His leadership, his control of the game's tempo, his ability to make the right decisions under pressure. Much of Switzerland's football identity continues to revolve around him. Behind him stands Manuel Akanji, one of the most respected defenders in international football. Together, they form the backbone of a team that values organization as much as talent. And that may be Switzerland's greatest strength. Not individual brilliance, but collective discipline. So, what should we expect on the pitch? Qatar is likely to be the more adventurous side. They will look to keep possession. They will trust the creativity of Akram Afif. And they will try to attack quickly whenever space appears. Switzerland, meanwhile, will likely take a more controlled approach. They will want to dictate the rhythm, avoid unnecessary mistakes, and patiently wait for opportunities to appear. That makes the battle for tempo one of the most important elements of this match. Qatar wants speed. Switzerland wants control. Qatar wants transitions. Switzerland wants structure. And when those two philosophies collide, the result can become fascinating. The hidden battle of this match may take place in midfield, particularly around Granit Xhaka. If Switzerland succeeds in controlling the game through him, Qatar may struggle to find rhythm. But if Qatar can create pressure and force quick transitions, this match could become far more open than many expect. Experience may also play a major role. Experience is often overlooked during World Cups, but in critical moments, it can make all the difference. And that is an area where Switzerland appears to have the advantage. This group of players has been here before. Qatar is still trying to establish itself on football's biggest stage. Switzerland already knows what that stage feels like. The surprise scenario would be an early Qatari goal that forces Switzerland to chase the game for long periods. That could completely change the dynamic of the match. Instead of controlling possession and dictating tempo, Switzerland could find itself forced into a more open game, and that is exactly the type of match Qatar would prefer. Moving to the prediction. On paper, Switzerland enters the match as a slight favorite. More tournament experience, a more established structure, and a stronger defensive foundation. My probabilities are Switzerland win 47%, draw 29%, Qatar win 24%. Most likely scorelines: Switzerland 2-1 Qatar, Switzerland 1-0 Qatar. 1-1 draw. Qatar possesses enough attacking quality to create problems, but overcoming Switzerland's defensive organization remains a difficult task. Final verdict. Qatar enters this match looking to prove that it truly belongs at the World Cup level. Switzerland enters looking to demonstrate once again why consistency matters so much in tournament football. One side brings hunger, the other brings experience. One side brings ambition, the other brings patience. The final question. That is why my final prediction is Switzerland 2-1 Qatar. But in the end, this match comes down to one question. Can Qatar finally prove that it belongs on football's biggest stage? Or will Switzerland once again show why experience remains one of the most valuable assets in a World Cup? The next answer in Group B will be written on the pitch.